Hello everyone. I'm excited to introduce you to a topic that is changing the way that we work with information, and that is the shift from traditional keyword search to semantic searching, or what I call context-based intelligence. If you have ever struggled to find very specific information in a 400-page report, then this is for you. We look at traditional keyword search, where it's good, where it's bad, and where semantic search, the foundation of platforms like MineGPT, is changing the way that engineers, consultants, investors are accessing and reasoning with data. So let's dive right in. Traditional search is what we've all grown up with. Type a word, get a list of matches, click through, and repeat. It's great for locating files or part numbers, but it has one fundamental limitation. It does not understand meaning. If the report says CU grade and you search for copper grade, it might not be able to find it. Or if you are looking for commodities listed in the report, you won't be able to find it by typing commodity, but you will rather have to manually do a word search through 100+ commodities. It's like asking a librarian for books with heat in the title instead of asking for thermodynamics. In technical fields, that literalness creates friction, and we spend more time finding data than using it. Engineering data lives in PDFs as text and tables, often unstructured. Terminology isn't standardized. Projects are located all across the world, and that leads to a variety of ways of expressing different concepts. CU percent, average ore grade, metal content, all those terms can refer to the same thing. Traditional search treats each of these phrases as different. It doesn't know that they are related. That means we can't easily run comparisons or benchmarks because we can't even find equivalent data across reports. In other words, our precision has become our limitation. Semantic search flips this approach. Instead of matching words, it maps meaning. Each paragraph, table, or caption is converted into mathematical fingerprints, which are called embeddings. They are vectorized in a vector database. When you ask a question, the system looks for conceptual similarity, not identical words. So if you ask about metal recovery efficiency, it knows to also look for plant recovery, process yield, or recovery percent. The result? It retrieves the right information, even if you didn't use the right words for that specific report. Once we move to semantic systems, we interact through prompts instead of search queries. A prompt is a clear instruction, almost like briefing a junior engineer. You give context, specify the task, and sometimes define constraints. The more precise with your instructions you are, the more accurate the results. Think of prompting as a new engineering communication skill. How to tell an AI exactly what you need. It's not coding, it's structured problem solving in plain language. Let's walk you through what that looks like inside MineGPT. Each technical report, whether it's an NI 43-101, SK 1300 or a JORC report, is converted to structured vectorized data. The text and tables are embedded into a vector database where the AI understands relationships between the terms. When you ask a question, it searches this conceptual space, retrieves the relevant context, and formulates a factual answer. To maintain engineering integrity, the system runs at a creativity setting of 0, meaning deterministic answers, and if no data exists, it returns not applicable. Every response is traceable back to the source with the source pages also provided. ensuring auditability. To help explain, here's a practical example. You want to find the gold equivalent calculation in a project. A traditional search might miss it because the table is labeled AU gold, EQ equivalent. Summary. Semantic search understands that AU EQ means gold equivalent. It brings you directly to the calculation, even if it's expressed differently, and can also possibly identify the corresponding commodity prices and recovery assumptions in a well-structured report. What once took hours of manual scrolling now takes only seconds. The shift from traditional to semantic search is like moving from 2D drawings to a 3D model. The same data, but more depth. Engineers who learn how to communicate with AI through prompting will lead the next generation of efficiency. MineGPT was built specifically for our industry, turning a decade of mining data into structured, searchable intelligence. Over the coming months, new models will also unlock benchmarking, agent-assisted trade-offs, and real-time insights. Thank you so much for joining me in exploring how we move from information to intelligence. I look forward to seeing you in upcoming modules where we also will be walking through the requirements of a good prompt.